Welcome to your first home practice DVD, Yoga for Emotional Wellbeing. We're going to begin this practice by taking ourselves down onto the mat, lying on the floor on the back of the mat. You can either leave your legs bent or gently stretch them out one by one. To rest here on the floor, feeling the weight of the body on the floor, allowing the body just for a couple of minutes at the beginning to just settle into the floor. Have the legs apart, the arms a little way from the sides of the body. Resting here with the back of the head on the floor. And taking the hands onto the belly, just below the navel, just so that you can begin to feel the breath in the body. The body settled on the floor. The weight of the body supported by the floor. Feel the body melting into the floor. And as you breathe in, feel the belly expanding and rising. And as you breathe out, feel the belly dropping back to the back spine. Feel this process on every in-breath and out-breath, the belly expanding and rising as you breathe in, the belly dropping back as you breathe out. Feel the body settling into the floor on each out-breath. And then dropping the hands to the floor, bringing the legs together. Bending the legs at the knees, ready for the lying twist practice. So bringing the heels as close into the buttocks as you can. The knees and the feet are together, and bring the hands and interlace them around the back of the head. On this practice, the knees are going to drop to one side and the head is going to look to the other. Feel the shoulders comfortable, the elbows resting on the floor. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, slowly lower the knees to the floor on the right and turn the head to look left if your neck's okay. Breathe in to bring the knees and the head up. And then over to the left. On the out breath, just drop the knees over to the left. The head looks right. Breathe in once more to come up. And do this twice more to each side. Breathing in to bring the knees up, head up, and breathing out as the knees gently drop to either side and the head turns the opposite direction. One more time each side. Feeling the movement and the stretch through the torso. Feeling the hips, the back of the hips in contact with the floor. Each time you lift up. Final movement. Removing the hands from the back of the head, bringing the arms once more back down by the side of the body. Taking the legs out along the mat. Now I'm going to do a hip stretch, so bending the right leg at the knee and take the thigh over the chest, hold around the back of the knee. If this is quite strong for you, you can always bend the left leg at the knee like so, so this may be an alternative. But otherwise have that left leg stretched out, feel the lower leg relaxed and holding around the back of the knee. Feel the body in contact with the floor, the back of the hips and the spine in full contact with the floor. And as you breathe out, gently ease the thigh closer into the chest. Breathe in to release it back up. On each out breath, just squeeze the thigh closer into the chest. Feel the stretch in the hips and down the left low leg. Breathing out, draw the thigh into the chest. 3 times in total on that side. Releasing the foot, taking that leg out along the floor, taking a moment just to feel how you feel. Again, your eyes may be opened or closed as you do these movements. It's quite nice for depression to leave them open, just to leave the eyes open, looking up at the world. And then swap over. Left leg bent, take the thigh over the chest, hold around the back of the knee. Breathe out, draw the thigh into the chest. We feel a lovely stretch down this leg. Again, this leg may be bent. Breathe in to release. Breathe out and stretch. Breathe in to release and breathe out and stretch. See if you could stretch the thigh a little bit closer to the torso each time you do the movement, and then release. Bringing both knees to a bent position. We're going to do leg raises, so stretch the right leg out along the floor. As you breathe in, lift the right leg all the way up. Palms so the hands are flat on the floor. Keep that leg as straight as you can. The aim is to take the foot towards the ceiling. Your knee may be more bent like this, but keep it as straight as you can. This left leg may be bent, as so now, or you may stretch it out along the floor and do the exercise like that. Breathe out to release. Breathe in and raise the leg. Feel the work in the back of the thigh. Breathe out, taking the heel all the way down to the floor, coordinating the movement with the breath. One more time, 3 times in total. Breathe in. Feel the quadriceps working and breathe out. It also engages the abdominal muscles. And then the opposite side. Remember that as you do the movement, this right leg can also be bent, depending on your strength and flexibility. Feeling into the body, getting ready to do the movement on the opposite side. Eyes open or closed, whatever suits you. Breathe in. Lift that leg all the way up as far as it will go. And breathe out. So the heel touches the floor at the end of that out breath. Breathe in. And breathe out. 3 times in total. Breathe in and out, taking that heel all the way down. Just staying here to notice how the body's beginning to feel. And we just want to take the leg through some rotations. So lifting the leg to about 45-degree angle, beginning with this right leg. And we're just going to draw little circles with the foot, going from right to left, and then making those circles bigger, bit by bit, making that circle as wide as you possibly can. You may feel some movement and opening in this right hip. This is a very good exercise to keep that hip joint healthy. Also feel it working on the abdominals. 5 circles, have a little rest, then we want to do it the other way. Keep the hands pressed into the floor to give you some stability. Raise that leg again, and then little circles moving the leg the other way. Making that circle bigger. Do around 5 circles on this side. You feel the thighs working already. Have a little rest. Feel into that leg. Notice how that leg feels. Notice how you feel. And then the left leg. Little circles one way. Choose whichever way suits you first. Keep your eyes open or closed. Make those circles bigger. Count the circles. 3, 4, and 5. Bring the leg to stillness, and then the other way. Just beginning with little circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feel that hip working. Bringing the legs to rest on the floor. And getting ready for the next movement. Noticing how you feel. And the next movement is the boat posture, Shashankasana. So we keep the legs stretched out along the floor in a nice straight line. Hands facing down, arms close into the sides of the body, body in a straight line. Legs together. Take a good breath in. And as you hold the breath, lift up the legs and the upper body to look down the feet. Hands raised, just level with the legs. Breathe out and release. So the movement's done on the hold. Take a nice breath in, hold the breath, and lift up on the hold of the breath. Try to keep the back straight, head looking down at the feet. Out and release. If lifting the legs is a little bit too hard just now, you can do this movement just by lifting the upper body on its own. Same thing, breathe in, hold, and lift up the upper body. Of course, lifting the legs too, if that's okay with you. Looking down at the feet. Breathe out to release back down. 3 movements total. And then lying, feeling into the body. How do you feel? And then just coming up to a comfortable seated position and getting ready to do Shashankasana. We're not going to hold this for long. So come to a kneeling posture. Arms by the side of the body. And getting ready for the movement. Breathing in and lifting the arms, and as you breathe out, take the hands to the floor, folding the body over the knees. You can take the knees wide if you wish to here. It might help to take the knees just a little bit wide to allow the body to lay down. So knees either together or wide. Stretching the arms out so you can feel a lovely stretch of the spine and taking the forehead to the floor. If the forehead can't reach the floor, you could place a cushion here to help with the posture. Have your eyes closed if you feel anxious today, otherwise keep them open and take 5 breaths. Count the breaths from 1 to 5, 5 breaths in this position. Coming up out of it whenever you've completed your 5 breaths. You may want to rest here for a little longer. A very, very calming posture for anxiety in particular, especially if you do this posture with your eyes closed. 5 breaths is the minimum. And when you've completed your 5 breaths, just slowly walk the hands up, back, into the kneeling position. And then we'll get ready to come to a standing posture. So, coming to a standing posture, nice and safely. So coming safely to a standing posture. Bringing the feet close together, about 2 inches apart, so that you can comfortably adopt a tall standing posture. The insides of the feet should be parallel, so just look down at the feet. Feel the weight of the body through the feet. Really feel the feet in full contact with the floor. Bend the knees a little bit and then straighten them. But keep a softness in the knees. Keep a bend, a slight micro bend in the knees so that the knees feel soft and that you feel grounded. Feel the weight of the body through the feet. The contact with the feet and the floor. Take your whole awareness to the soles of the feet. The arms just hanging loose by the sides of the body. Press into the balls of the feet and lift the toes. Lift your toes up. Really spread the toes out as you lift them if you can. And then gently place the toes back down to the floor. Feel the arches of the feet engage. Keep those knees soft. Hands hanging down by the sides of the body, arms straight. And keep the head nice and straight on the top of the spine. Keep the shoulders open. And feel the body nice and tall. And then take the hands in front of the body, arms nice and long, interlace the fingers. And breathe in and lift the arms all the way up. And breathe out to lower them. Breathe in to lift. Out to lower. And once more, coordinating the breath with the movement. So the inhale at the top and the exhale, the end of the exhale when the hands reach the bottom of the body. This time we're going to do that and just lift up onto our toes. So you may find it helpful to gaze at a point on the floor about 6 to 8 feet in front of you, but just with a soft gaze of the eyes. Breathe in, lifting the arms and lifting up onto the toes, lifting the heels up slowly and breathing out, lowering the heels back down to the floor. Twice more. Have a little wobble and be patient and acceptant of yourself where you are today. You may find this posture difficult today, that's fine, just be with it. Do what you can. Breathe out to lower. And once more, breathe in, just softly lifting the heels up as you take the arms up and lowering back down to the ground. Releasing the arms and stepping the feet wide, about 3 feet apart, mat width if you have a mat. Arms by the side of the body. We're going to do side bends, so breathing in, elongate through the spine, lengthen through the spine, and as you breathe out, side bend to the right. Breathe in, up, do this 3 times. Breathe out to the right, the head just looking forwards. Breathing in to come up, and breathing out each time to ease into the side bend. In, up. On the left, breathing out, side bend to the left, your left. 3 times, side bending on the out breath. Maybe going a little bit further each time, only moving in the side plane though. Imagine you're sandwiched between 2 panes of glass. Breathing out, breathing in, up. Keep the feet pointing forwards. Breathe in and raise the arms, palms facing down. And as you breathe out, go to the right again. Arms raised. Keep those arms in a straight line. Allow the left hand to come up, the right hand down. Breathe in, up. Each time you breathe out, keeping those arms nice and straight. Flexing into the waist, feeling the stretch down the whole of the left side. 3 times on this side. And then getting ready for the other side. 3 times, breathe out. Side bend to the left. Breathe in and up. 3 movements in total. Breathing in each time to lift up. Final movement. Release the hands and arms and step the feet together. And then we're going to finish off with some more seated and lying postures, so just coming back down once more to the floor. So we're going to finish off with 3 final postures. So from the floor, take the whole of the front of the body onto the mat. So lying on the front of the body on the mat, we're going to do Cobra, a back bend. Having the forehead resting on the floor, the whole of the front of the body in contact with the mat. Have the hands just side by side of the head with the elbows bent and the elbows tucked close into the body. To begin with, just lift up the body, bring the elbows to the floor. So the elbows are directly together underneath the chin, and rest the chin on the hands. Keep a little bit of tension in the abdomen and in the buttocks as you hold this posture. And keep breathing, remember. Breathing in and out. Eyes open or closed. Remember, if you feel in a slightly low mood, depressed today, please keep the eyes open as you do this work. Otherwise, have the eyes closed, but do what feels right for you. Really breathe into the posture. Breaths that are at a rate and depth appropriate for you. And then release the hands, bending the elbows, bringing the forehead back onto the floor, hands either side of the head, and body in a straight line. Have the legs as close together as is comfortable for you. Getting ready to move into the posture of Cobra. So the elbows are tucked into the side of the body, the hands resting by the side of the head, flat on the floor. Just create a little bit of tension in the abdomen, just clench the abdominal muscles a little bit and clench the buttocks just a little bit, 30% of 100%. And as you next breathe in, lift the head, slide the nose along the floor, continuing to breathe in, lifting up, using those back muscles to lift you up, and then just pushing into the arms. Keeping the elbows bent now, just lifting up a little way, looking along the floor and breathing out to release back down. Do this with your eyes open or closed, as is suitable for you. We'll do it 3 times, breathing in, lifting up, using the back muscles, keeping the tension in the abdomen and then straightening the arms a little way to push up into the posture, keeping those shoulder blades down. So the shoulder blades aren't up around the ears, keep them down and into the back, breathing out. Ease the vertebra down, vertebra by vertebra, bringing the forehead back onto the floor. Once more. Breathing in, sliding the head and nose along the floor and pushing up. Shoulders released, relaxed, and breathing out to bring the body all the way back down onto the floor. Have a little rock on the front of the hips, release out through the hands, have a little rest here, just ease out through the low back. Rocking on the front of the hips. Pushing up into the hands, have a little stretch back to extend through the spine in Shashankasana if that feels okay for you. And then coming to a seated posture, we're going to do a seated twist. So we're going to work into a seated spinal twist. So you need to have the legs out straight along the floor. And we need the legs as straight as possible. So if it is difficult for you to sit with the legs straight, which if you've got tight hamstrings it will be, please use a cushion to sit on. So a cushion or a block like we did in class to sit on. So otherwise the legs are straight. Feel the contact between the body and the floor. And bend the left leg at the knee. Keep this right leg straight, so the toes of the right foot are pointing upwards, the left leg is bent, and fold the left hand around the left leg, like so. Keep the right hand on the floor. And then on an in-breath, lift the right arm up, look the head down along the fingers, and as you breathe out, semicircle that hand around all the way to behind you to where you can get, and then drop the hand down to the floor, bringing the heel of the hand as close into the buttocks as is comfortable for you, the fingers pointing away. Breathe in and lengthen up through the spine, and as you breathe out, twist into the posture, turning the head to look over the right shoulder. Breathing in and out here, and on the next in-breath, raise the hand, and breathing out, bring it all the way to the front and back down. I'm going to do that once more, so keeping this arm hugged around the left knee, so we're opening out to the open side with this first twist. Breathing in, and as you breathe out, take the hand all the way back and down, taking the heel of the hand to the floor and breathing out into the twist. Breathing in, up, and breathing out and down. Releasing out of that, having a little rock on the heels. Getting ready to do it on the opposite side. We have a little visitor probably in a minute. I don't know if you could hear that racket before, which is my little cat Betsy, who doesn't ever want to be left out of anything. The cat. So we might as well let her join in because she's creating that much of a racket otherwise. So we want to do it on the opposite side. You can stay where you are to do this, but I'm going to move just to make sure that you can see what I'm doing. So have the legs out straight, and this time we're going to bend the right leg at the knee. Hold around this right leg with the right arm, have the left hand facing down on the floor, and we do the same thing. Keep this leg engaged, so point the toes up, breathe in, lift the arm, breathe out, open out to the left side. Left heel of the hand behind the back. Breathe in, lengthen up, and as you breathe out, twist around to the left. Breathe in and out once here, and on the next in-breath, lift the arm and bring the hand forwards and down. We'll do that once more. Sitting up nice and tall. Remember, use a block or a cushion. Breathing in and breathing out all the way around. Heel of the hand close into the body. Breathing in, lift up nice and tall, and as you breathe out, twist around to the left. Breathing in and out here, relaxing that straight leg. And breathing in to lift the arm, circling it back around on the out breath. Having a little rock on the heels. And that's it for the postures. What you may well want to do now is to do the breathing practice and the relaxation straight after the yoga posture work. So put on your CD ready for that practice.